Hey everyone, my name is Emily. My husband and I are part-time resellers on eBay. Our store is Rodvold Duo. My husband sells a little bit of everything from hats, shoes, electronics, and golf clubs. And I sell jewelry, glass, vintage items, and books, but mostly jewelry. I started off by watching some of my favorite YouTubers like Margaret at Texas Scale Treasures, Kristen D at Another Chance Resell, Brighton at Brighten Your Day, and Dale at Flippin' Fiasco. I find that the jewelry lot videos are so soothing to me, and I have learned a lot about jewelry from them. I wanted to try something different. I know there are a lot of people that do the same thing, so I tried to think a little outside of the box, and that's how I came up with lunchtime jewelry. I will do unboxing, bagging, identifying, and my like top 10 pieces from my latest lots. I may also do some ASMR videos just because that is really soothing to me as well. They'll be around 30 minutes at a time, as I will be on my lunch break. um, if you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, set your notification bell to keep up to date on my latest videos, and share with your friends. Leave me a comment on what you like, what you don't, and everything in between. If you see something you like and you can visit my eBay store with the link below, and you can email me at erodvold1101@gmail.com. I'll list it below with a description of the piece and the timestamp, or a screenshot of the piece, and I will make a great deal with you and send you an invoice from PayPal. So without further ado, let me get started for my first video for lunchtime jewelry. I wanted to start off by showing some of the tools that I use to go through my jewelry lots, as well as, to price them out, and if anything needs repairing or what. So to start off, I've kind of put some things out here. My first piece I'll show you is the metal testers, which is the silver, I've got platinum, 18K, 22K, 14K, 10K, and then of course it comes with the neutralizer and the scratch stone. And if you don't know how this works, what you do is you use a piece of your jewelry. So for example, I'll just grab a piece of my junk jewelry. It's a bangle. See, it's all bent out of shape, so it went into my junk pile. But you're gonna scratch the scratch stone. You can see right there. And I'm gonna test it for silver. So I'm gonna use my test solution and leave my little test bubble. And if it's silver, it should show up as bright blue, sometimes a little less depending on the grade of your silver. But if it disappears fairly quickly, as this one has, it is not silver. So you can see it kind of just eats up the scratch. So that's telling me that that piece is not silver. And then I just wipe it away. Sometimes you know, if you're doing gold, then you may want to make several scratches so that you can list all the different, so you can test all the different solutions. Always starting out with the lowest, and then if that still shows up, then you can test the next one to the next one until you get your exact carat of gold. And sometimes if the solutions get close enough, they'll start to smoke. If that's the case, just kind of wipe it away, and you won't be exposing yourself to any harm. So that is the scratch solutions to check for precious metals. The next thing I have is my diamond tester. You will test it to your piece. If it is a diamond, then it will go all the way and beep, just a couple of beeps. But if it's on metal, it'll beep, 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 beep. It's all crazy. So for example, I have okay, so I have this bracelet that came out of a lot. It is an 18K white gold brushed bracelet with 5 diamonds. It's a gorgeous piece, and it's by RCI. And sometimes you'll see the stamp that'll tell you, okay, that's 18K. But stamps are very easy to make, and people will stamp them even though they are not. So it's always good to test them just in case, because you don't want to sell a fake. So here you'll see a graph. And this is going to be the size of your carat of diamond. So if you've got really, really tiny ones, you know that it's going to be 0.05. The bigger they get, you'll go down the graph. You'll typically go to 10 degrees to 30 degrees. That's your average, like 65 to 80 degrees inside, and then 30 degrees Celsius is going to be above 80. So if you're in a really hot location. So I'm going to set my tester, because these look fairly small. I'm going to put it at 6. So you're going to move over until your light reaches the 6. Okay, and then when the lamp is ready, this light will come on and you'll be ready to test. So I'll show you that. While that is, oh, there we go. That was quick. You're going to put your fingers on this. This is the metal conductor, or your conductor. So then you're going to put this directly, you want to make sure you're doing it directly up and down. and you're gonna see how it's making that loud, 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 loud. That's because I'm touching the metal. Okay, so you want to be very careful not to touch the metal. Hey, come on. There we go. Okay, hear that calmer beep? That is the sign that you have a diamond. And you'll see on my, stop it. See how it goes all the way up to red? Quit it. There you go. And then you can always like lower it to see, okay, so I went down to 4, which is gonna be your 6 to 5 carat. And if it goes all the way, then that again is your, okay. So that's that. Let's try going down to 2. Oh, nice. So it goes to 2 as well. So that means that my carat is 0.6 to 5 carat diamond. So the only problem with this machine is it doesn't differentiate between synthetic and real. So kind of keep that in mind when you're testing. The other item I use is this mandrel for bracelets. You can see it goes from 5 to 9.5. That's going to tell you how big your bracelet is. You're just going to drop it down to the lowest it will go. And this one wants to go lower, but it is being stopped, so it's going to be a 7.5. So you can see. Okay. I also always keep a measuring tape on hand because you always want to measure out your drop of your necklace, the width of your bracelet, the size of earrings, what have you. So you'll use a measuring tape. The next thing I use is a loop. This is going to give you, well, there's several different types. This is the one that was recommended by Dr. Lori. If you haven't seen any of Dr. Lori's videos, I suggest you go check her out. She does several jewelry and vintage and antique appraisals online, and she gives a lot of information about different things. So if you haven't seen her, she's Dr. Lori V. Antique Appraiser. So this gives you 2 different lights so that you can see nice and up close. So when you are looking at, let me open this up. This is your hinge fold over clasp. But when you're looking for marks, so you can see there's a mark there. You can see it really clear here. But if you can't, you're going to turn on your light. And you're going to be able to get in there nice and close And let's see if I can get it. Oh my gosh, this is not focusing at all. But you get the idea. You get the idea. When you can look at it with your own eye, it's much easier. So this is the Loupe, Loupe. And you can get that on Amazon. The next item is, of course, the black light. This is going to be able to identify certain kinds of gems, different kinds of stones that are going to glow. I don't have any right offhand. But you'll be able to see in some of my videos that some of my stones may glow, and I'll be using this. And you can also get these on Amazon. The next thing I'll use is a magnet. And magnet is used to, is kind of like your first line of defense, or your offense, I guess, if you're looking for precious metals. So silver and gold typically are not magnetic. So when you are looking at precious metals, you're gonna test out your magnet. So you could see like it's picking up this. That's telling me that this clasp is not silver or gold. So it's probably like a stainless steel or something. However, I'm looking at it just now. You could see it has like a little mark. Yes, so it says stainless steel. You could see it says stainless steel. And so that's why it's being magnetic. So you could see also, you can see that it picks up the bracelet pretty well. It really is helpful when you have like a handful of like say you've got like a bunch of metal and you want to like maybe just do scrap. You can see like, okay, this isn't picking up this chain. So I'm going to want to test this to see if it is silver or not. And if it is silver, then maybe I'll put it into my silver scrap metal. And then this also, you could see like this jump ring, fully magnetic. So it's not anything special. However, this and this are not magnetic. So these are things that you want to test for, so that you can, add it to your scrap or whatever. Or like you'll get a ton of bracelets and you can tell these ones are clearly not anything, obviously, because you can also see that they're like brass, but they're really worn. So those went into my craft pile. So the next thing I use is a mandrel for rings. This is where I can test the size, well, not really test, but measure the size of a ring. See, it's always good to use the back side. So you can see that this is about a 6.5. 6.5. Also, it's very helpful when you're taking pictures because you can hold it like this with the black and you can take your pictures of the ring. This is one of my personal rings, but you can see that. And normally I have a Presidium gem tester. Unfortunately, with the Presidium gem tester, the calibration needed to be redone, and it wasn't one that you can just fix manually or by pressing the button on the side of the machine. It had to be sent back to the manufacturer, because apparently they are temperature regulated, and I didn't know that, and I kept it by my window, and I live in Idaho, so it gets pretty cold, and it was snowing, and so it threw the calibration all off and it was stuck on diamonds, and wouldn't go back down. So I couldn't do anything with it. So I had to send it all the way to Singapore. I should have it back hopefully in a month or so. One of the things that I do when I am going through my jewelry and looking to see what pieces I'm going to sell, what pieces are going to go to scrap, and what pieces I'm going to lock together, is I will run all the tests on it, get all the measurements, look to see if it's got a maker or whatnot, and I write it down on a little piece of paper, and then I put it inside the little baggie that I'm using, and then that way when I go to list it, I have all the information right there for me, and then if I ends up going into a lot, then the person I'm sending it to will have that information, and it kind of cuts out that piece of the work for them, if they're looking for something easy and quick turnaround. So you can see here, 18 karat white gold bracelet, 8 inches, 5 diamonds, men's bracelet, by RCI. So I've done that. I also use like these pieces, the cards, the necklace cards or the earring cards, and then the plastic sleeve that they come on. And then that way, they're all in their own individual package. If they're going in a lot, they're not going to scratch against each other. Or if I'm sending them individually, then, they're protected. So another thing I keep on hand, which is good to always do, is keep ear nuts on hand. And if you're not familiar with what an ear nut is, it's the backing of earrings. And so I have all the different kinds. I've got the cushion. These are cushion ear nuts. These are just your regular silver, gold ear nuts. These are sometimes called butterfly ear nuts. And they're the ones that kind of look like hearts. Then you've got the plastic silicone ones. Those also come in the cushion ear nut kind. And I keep those for any of my hook earrings, because if they have a hook, they're not going to stay on the card very well. So it's good to use the plastic ones to kind of keep those in place. Then I keep just different findings. I have the extra lobster clasp, unless in case I need one. The pins that you can hold like a stone on for a pendant. You've got the separator beads. I'm not 100% sure what these are. So I kind of have to do some looking, but I want to say that they're for like the bail of a, like if you have an item that needs a bail, that's kind of a different one. Never seen one like that, but yeah. Then, I've got the hooks for the earrings, in case I have one that's really in bad shape and I want to sell the earrings, because I know I can get good price for them. Then I will, replace the hook. Oh, come on. Get in there. Go to your home. And then, of course, the different size jump rings there. And then I've kind of, I also got the different, because you have so many different kinds of chains and stuff, I also picked up some brass colored jump rings, or the gunmetal, because the gunmetal is becoming really popular. Some more hooks and lobster clasps. I also picked up a few rhinestones. I mean, they're fake rhinestones, but you never know when a piece is going to be missing one. So I picked up a few of those, just to have them. And then I've got colored ones too, because maybe one thing is just missing one little stone that's blue. And then I might have that. So those are some things that I use to kind of keep, make sure I have all my items ready to go. Another thing is you always want to have some kind of cloth. You always want to have some kind of cloth to polish. So I have that. I have a looking glass. This was actually, I was going to sell this, and just a warning of the scratch test is you want to be very careful when you're doing your scratch test to do it in a place that is not going to be widely seen, or maybe don't do it at all. If you can tell it's clearly not silver. So this was a really nice piece, and I thought, oh, well, maybe I need to test it. Well, not a good idea, because I tested it at the bottom and you can see it just peeled the silver right off, and you can see the brass underneath. And so now this is a personal looking glass. So just keep that in mind when you're doing the scratch test. I also have different tools, just to kind of help you with your different things that you might need. One thing that I find very helpful are these really long needles that you can get with like jewelry making kits. So these help so much when you're dealing with very fine chains that are all knotted up. So you'll just kind of work them like this, and will get out the knots really well. So these are a must if you're dealing with fine chains that are knotted. Where's the lid? Okay, so then there's that. I also have 3 different types of clamper tools. I don't know what they're called. But you never know when you need to. I find these are very helpful when you're trying to change out jump rings. And then these ones, you can see they're kind of like scissors. This these are very helpful or something like this, which are like scissors. When you're dealing with crazy knots with like that fishing wire that they use, or the memory wire that sometimes gets so tangled up, there's no saving it. So these are excellent tools for those. And let's see, E6000, excellent glue to use for repairing. I haven't yet had to use it, but it's always good to have it on hand. And again, here are the jewelry cards. You can get them made for, or you can get them for necklaces, bracelets, earrings. There's different types. So like these are the larger ones, mostly for earring or necklaces, and these are for earrings. These little these are for hoops. When you have hooped earrings, those become helpful, and they come in a little sealing. You just pull this little tab and it folds and seals just like that. It's perfect for selling your jewelry. And then also something helpful to have is the different sizes of little baggies, whether you're doing bead harvesting from broken jewelry, or you want to use it for smaller jewelry instead of using, if you don't have the cards, or if you don't want to use the cards, because that becomes time consuming a little bit. I also use these. These are pockets for necklaces. They've got a sticky back, and you just stick them on the back of the necklace card. And when you loop your necklace in there, you can stick the remainder of the chain in the little pouch, and then that way it doesn't go all over the place. An example of that is right here. You can see, oh, well, that didn't age well. So you can see this necklace is so delicate. So I have it in the pocket, if you want to see. So before my gem tester went kaput, I was able to test this. That is an emerald stone and a diamond on top on, let's see, what, 10 karat gold necklace. Oh, actually, this is a CZ, but this is an emerald. And I have another one that is a, that is the blue gem. What is the blue gem? Why can't I think of it? It is a sapphire, and it does have a diamond, and they're gorgeous. And I got them in a lot box, a lotted box, and just, you never know when you're gonna get those precious gems and fine jewelry. So that's what makes it fun. It's the real treasure hunt, right? So please let me know how you liked this video. I know I wasn't really going through any jewelry, but I wanted to start off by showing you some of the tools that I use, so you know the jewelry that I am selling is all tested and packaged with love and carefulness and thoughtfulness. So again, if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and subscribe, because I'm new and I need the subscription. So and always take a minute to check out my eBay store, which is Rodvold Duo, and check out what we have, because we only sell high, like basically almost brand new, never used, maybe open boxed items, but never used. We try to, except for, unless it's vintage, and of course it's probably been used. But we try to keep all of our items brand new or new-ish, because it helps with defective rates. So yeah, I hope you liked what you saw, and I'll see you next lunch break. Bye.